Hello and welcome to Look Good, Feel Better. I'm Ann Massey, your host for today's Feel Better session on creating healing spaces in our homes. When I'm not hosting Feel Better sessions, I'm a proud Look Good, Feel Better volunteer for national workshops, and I'm a field executive with Clinique. Today's topic is so interesting. We often talk about physical and mental wellness, but do we really consider how the spaces in our homes where we live can contribute to our overall well-being and health? Today's guest, Jamie Gold, is a leading expert in wellness design. She helps her clients rethink their spaces to promote health and safety and to accommodate special needs. It is going to be a fascinating discussion. I already have so many questions. But before we begin, I wanted to quickly introduce you to Look Good, Feel Better. Our Look Good, Feel Better programs provide free workshops to people with cancer to really help them manage the appearance-related side effects of their cancer treatment. And we know from research that anytime we can do that, it improves morale as well as gives them the confidence to face cancer. Professional beauty volunteers like myself provide lessons on skin and nail care, cosmetics, wigs, turbans, and head coverings, as well as accessories and styling. And from my experience, seeing the transformation that happens from the beginning of the hour to the end is absolutely amazing. It's such a meaningful experience for the women who participate and for those of us who volunteer to give these women an hour just to focus on themselves and self-care. Over the past 30 years, we have provided that experience for more than 2 million women in 27 countries around the world. Look Good, Feel Better sessions are 100% free and available to anyone undergoing cancer treatment. For more information or to share Look Good, Feel Better with someone that you know and love, you can visit www.lookgoodfeelbetter.org. Now, one more quick note before I introduce our special guest. We're thrilled that as part of today's Feel Better session, Jamie Gold is offering 2 signed copies of her best-selling, award-winning book, Wellness by Design. Each time that you donate $20 or more to Look Good, Feel Better during or after our session, your name will be entered into our drawing. Just click the donate button below or text Feel Good to 44321. That's Feel Good to 44321. And don't forget to include your email, as our winners will be notified at the end of the month. Now, let's get started. Jamie Gold is a wellness design consultant and the author of 3 books on design and remodeling, including the award-winning book that I've just mentioned, Wellness by Design. It's a room-by-room guide to optimizing your home for health, fitness, and happiness, which was published by Simon & Schuster in 2020. Jamie is also a Mayo Clinic certified wellness coach and a regular contributor to Forbes.com, as well as contributing to Kitchen and Bath Design News. She hosts Wellness Wednesdays on the Clubhouse platform on the first and third Wednesday of each month, where she welcomes expert guests to discuss home wellness design. Today, we are all lucky to spend some time with Jamie and to explore this fascinating topic. Welcome to Feel Better Sessions, and thank you for joining us, Jamie.
So much for inviting me. I am so impressed with what you folks are doing and glad to be here to contribute to the conversation.
Absolutely. It is a fantastic organization. So let's talk a little bit about your specialty. Jamie, we've all become so attached to our homes, and certainly over the last 2 years. And yet I never really knew that wellness home design was even a thing. Can you just start with the basics and tell us a little bit about that?
Well, you're not alone in that. I mean, it's something that has really gotten higher visibility because of the pandemic. But simply put, wellness design has been around for years, and it's the practice of creating spaces that support the health, safety, and overall well-being of their occupants. That's kind of the simple definition for it.
Okay. And how did you become involved in wellness design?
Well, when I decided to become a designer, I wanted to focus on kitchens and baths. And of course, those 2 spaces in your home have such a huge impact on your safety and your health. And I was also inspired by my grandmother. Now, she had been a dancer when she was young, And when she was older and living in an apartment near where my parents lived, she didn't have that mobility and she was afraid of bathroom falls. And quite frankly, that's an understandable fear. And so when I got into kitchen and bath design, I wanted to help older clients like my grandmother stay safe and independent in their homes. And I realized that the tips I was sharing apply to people of all ages. I mean, as people tuning into this know, we all have vulnerable times in our lives. And so kitchens and baths are a big part of it, but then so are whole homes, really.
It extends beyond those two
It does.
rooms.
Yeah.
So, Jamie, is there an underlying philosophy about designing well spaces that really drives your work as an expert in this area?
You know, there are so many areas that it encompasses, and anyone who's in the professional design field is concerned with safety, of course, and design codes that make a place functional for people of different abilities. And since it is such a huge topic covering so many areas, I kind of fit its components into what I call the 5 facets of wellness design. And those encompass everything from, indoor air quality to preventing falls to creating a calming, sanctuary at home. But the 5 facets of wellness design are health and fitness, safety and security, accessibility, functionality, and everyone's favorite, comfort and joy. So again, they encompass all of those details.
Okay, very good. So I would love to treat our viewers. Do you mind if we do like a walk through a home room by room, and you can tell us what we should really notice, what we should consider when we're thinking about creating these spaces and nurturing our minds and bodies?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, that's room by room guide is kind of what I do.
That's perfect. Well, let's start with everyone's favorite gathering place, which we know is the kitchen.
And it's interesting that you mention it's everyone's favorite gathering place, because the kitchen's primary, most important role is creating healthy meals for yourself and your family. More than getting together with friends, more than working from home, that is its key importance. And you don't have to remodel. In fact, nobody wants to remodel when they're going through cancer treatment or recovery. You can declutter. You can reorganize your cabinets and add countertop appliances to make that kitchen more efficient. For example, induction burners instead of running your gas cooktop, or a sous vide appliance, or a multi-cooker with air fryer capability. All these things are going to help you make your meals healthier and easier, and make it easier to clean up too, because that's no one's favorite thing, right?
Exactly.
So just some simple remodel-free tips for you.
And I love the new appliances that you mentioned, even that are available for countertop spaces.
Because you don't really want to be replacing major appliances now if you can avoid it. There are still some supply chain issues, and you don't really want people coming in and out of your house doing that while you're dealing with a health issue. So adding countertop appliances that help you make healthy foods and eliminating those or stashing them away, the ones that don't. Like maybe you don't need the ice cream maker at the moment. Maybe you don't need the waffle iron at the moment. So just things that help you be healthier in your kitchen.
Very good. So let's go to the next room. Tell us about living and common areas.
Pre-pandemic, I would have said they were all about relaxation. And they still are to an extent, but they're doing more multitasking these days. People are working out in their gathering areas. They're working from home. They might have kids doing study from home. So the more functions you have, the more people, the more cords and cables, the more trip hazards. So the first thing to do is just look around and eliminate anything that might cause people to fall, whether it's the pet bowl or the charger for your iPhone. Things like that are just simple and they're free to do. And if you can, no matter what's going on, if you can create a quiet corner sanctuary for yourself, and this doesn't mean you have to buy fancy things, just designate a place with your favorite comfort elements. Maybe it's a cozy throw, maybe it's a jasmine candle, or just a sound speaker for music, and create that space for you to decompress.
Okay, I love that. Now, when we think about, certainly the bedroom, sleep is always such a hot topic. What do you tell people about bedroom design as it relates to really enhancing wellness as well as sleep?
I'll say the three biggest factors are light, climate, and noise.
Okay.
Those are the three things that can be potential disruptors for good sleep. So with light, I would say eliminate whatever blue light sources you have around your bed and add blackout window coverings for external light. That could be a neighborhood watch, it could be a street light, could be cars passing by. So just block that out with window coverings that do that. They can also help with climate by keeping your place climate controlled. Thermo, Programmable thermostats are another way to address climate, or adding a ceiling fan.
Mm-hmm.
Air purifiers are great, especially if you have pets or allergies. And then one of the easiest things to do is what I call a layered bedding approach, where you have different layers depending on whether you just want to toss off the blanket and have just a sheet, add in a throw if the sheet's not enough, but you can adjust through the night as your comfort requires. And if you happen to share a bed with someone and they're on a different internal thermostat, that's even better, because you can have all three layers on and they can have just one. Both people are comfortable.
That's right. We definitely have layers at my house, and it works beautifully.
Yeah. And even for yourself, just shifting through the night.
Sure.
And noise, of course, is a big one too, and it depends on where it's coming from. If it's on a hallway, say, or an adjacent room, you can move your bed away from a noisy wall. You can add bookshelves and plants along that wall. If you own your home, you could replace a hollow core door, which is kind of a builder standard, with a solid core door that will reduce some outside noise. Some people like white noise machines. I like just the soft hum of a ceiling fan. So there's different ways to optimize your bedroom for sleep, which is really what you want to be doing there.
I love that.
Yeah.
Now, I've also read that you say the bathroom can be either a place of sanctuary or a place of stress. How do we make our bathrooms more welcoming and well?
Well, one of the things that causes stress in a bathroom is when you can't find what you're looking for, especially if you're on a time schedule to get to work or a Zoom call or whatever it is. So again, decluttering, clearing off that countertop. And one of the ways you could do that is by adding cabinet organizers, which can function as an extra drawer. They can function as just easy place for something on the back of the door to hold on to. But you don't want a jumble of things on your countertop, because when you walk into the room, it's not going to feel welcoming. Another thing that sometimes people don't even want to use because it's noisy are those vent fans. So if you could replace it with a sensor vent fan that's quiet and that's just going to turn itself on and off automatically to adjust to the moisture in the room, you're going to eliminate mold and mildew and just make the air quality better in there.
Mm-hmm.
Then, of course, on the safety end, a stylish shower seat. So maybe you're feeling tired. Maybe your exhaustion is getting the better of you, but you do want to shower. So having a great looking seat to sit down on, and a handheld shower head that you can use seated, and a grab bar. And those don't have to look institutional. I mean, no one wants their bathroom to look like a rehab hospital room. Everyone wants the resort spa look.
That's right.
So many choices that they'll coordinate with what you have stylistically and look better and add a safety element. And last but definitely not least are pampering elements, like a handheld massaging shower head or a rain head or towel warmers. All these things you can add without doing a remodel.
You have me ready to go and remodel my bathroom in the simplest of ways. And I think organization makes us all feel better. And you've mentioned that a few times throughout our conversation, whether it be in the kitchen or in the bathroom. And organization in and of itself can be definitely a wellness tip for all of us to take away.
But that's true. And, when I coach clients and they're dealing with, I want to get healthier. I don't cook in my kitchen because it's just dark and cluttered and I hate being in there. So I'm not making healthy meals for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Just decluttering can reduce stress and create a feeling of calm. And it also makes it easier to find things and do the prep and the cleanup. So I'm big on that. Yeah, you could say that.
That's great. Now, Jamie, you're aware, obviously, that at Look Good, Feel Better, we are serving people with cancer. And I know you've experienced cancer in your own family. Are there considerations for designing well spaces for people that are in treatment?
Well, I would say yes, creating that personal sanctuary for yourself, creating a healthy haven in whatever room works for you. Maybe it's a living area, maybe it's an extra bedroom, but creating that calm sense of space and not adding stress to your life and giving yourself time and room to recover. One underrated feature that people don't think about is nature. And I quoted in my Wellness by Design book a hospital study that people who are recovering with patient rooms with nature views
Mhm.
recovered faster and with fewer pain meds than people who didn't have nature views. So if you can add, like maybe your calm space is looking out a window on a park or trees, or if you don't have access to nature views, you can add that with imagery. Photographs of your favorite nature settings can have a similar effect. So that way, wherever you live, you can bring that in. And plants are another great way to improve indoor air quality and create that bond with the natural world. So all of those things can help.
I love that. I love that. So, Jamie, we have, all this conversation is so inspiring and thought provoking for me. We all have spaces that attract us and make us feel at ease. And we do definitely have those spaces that kind of ratchet up our stress. Every home is certainly different. We have a few questions that came in from your fans in advance of today's session. May I ask a few of those?
Oh, please do.
Okay. So first, since our home and work lives, especially in the last 2 years, they've really blurred quite a bit, right? How do we create well spaces both at home as well as at work? And for those of us that are returning to an office, how do we create well spaces at the office?
Well, some of the same principles apply. For example, having a good supportive seat that's going to position your body in a way that's ergonomic and not leave you with backaches and neck aches at the end of the day. Good lighting is also really important to that. And that's whether you work from home, work from an office, or both. Some people are shifting back and forth between those spaces. The other thing is you like to create opportunities for movement during your day. One of my book contributors said, sitting is the new smoking. And
Mm.
spending, 8 hours in a chair without moving around is not great for your body, not great for your health. So you can do that with desk risers where you can adjust your keyboard and your screen to a standing height and then
Mhm.
move it back to a sitting height when you're tired and don't want to stand any longer. Or certain tasks don't necessarily lend themselves to standing. I
Mhm.
also like to have floor space around a desk so that you can move around during tasks or even during phone calls. I have done a lot of coaching calls, pacing back and forth and doing leg raises and all kinds of
Mhm.
things that nobody can see, but I know that I'm moving for that 30 minutes or 60 minutes. So if that's not conducive to how your work situation is, set a timer or between tasks. For me, it's I call it dance between drafts. I'll turn the music up on my speakers and just dance around my office. And yeah, I dance like no one's watching because I have privacy shears on my window so they can't. I don't know that I would do that in a public office then though.
Well, there might be some that would, and we should probably promote, applaud them for doing so, right?
Yeah, I'm going to have 3 experts in my Wellness Wednesdays clubhouse space talking about work from home. So if folks can tune in for that, they'll get some advice, or if they can't, it'll be linked from the blog the next week.
Very good. So, Jamie, how have the past 2 years really changed how you approach wellness design?
Well, as you point out, it's really raised awareness, people, of the links between your home and your health and your
Mhm.
safety. And that's in the US and around the world. And I would say what it's done for me is really driven home the fact that wellness design cannot be just for the well-to-do. Everyone needs a safe, healthy, accessible place to live. Now, that doesn't mean a $10,000 flotation tub or $100,000 spa, shower, but it does mean clean, safe drinking water for everyone
Mhm.
and other considerations that help us be safe, healthy at home.
Very good.
Yeah.
Now, I have another question from one of your fans, and this relates to the smart home technology.
Mm.
Is there any new technology out there for the home that just really excites you?
I love the voice control features. I think it's especially making life easier for people who might have some physical challenges.
Mhm.
Where, let me give you an example. Let's say you have a window that's fairly high over your tub, and you don't want people looking in while you're bathing, but reaching it means leaning over a large tub, and that can throw you off balance. So, voice control window coverings, just for the click of a button or voice control, you can close that window covering. You can open it
Mhm.
up. There's so many things that voice control is now handling for people. And I also love detectors like indoor air quality detectors and leak detectors that just kind of alert you to problems so you can address them before they become big headaches.
Okay. So, what is your answer to people that say that they just don't have the time or the resources to incorporate wellness design into their home? How can we get just started simply?
Well, I would say there are easy ways to get started. And they can actually save you on time, which is one of the biggest resources people are short on. And they're
Mhm.
free. So decluttering is one. Removing trip hazards is another. Reorganizing for better efficiency is a third. And then creating that calming sanctuary for yourself, which can include items you already have and love. You don't have to go out and buy a bunch of things. So, in those ways, you can essentially preserve your time and your resources and have wellness in your home.
I love that. Organization is my love language as well. So before you go, Jamie, can you just remind us of all the places, the various places that we can find and follow you, whether it be your online columns or listen to your Wellness Wednesdays?
Well, the easiest way is visit my website at jamiegold.net, and you'll
Okay.
find my weekly Gold Notes design blog. You'll find two excerpts from my Wellness design book, as well as reviews. You'll find links to my Wellness Wednesdays Clubhouse sessions, both links to ones coming up and recordings of those that have happened. So, again, that's jamiegold.net. And I'm on most social media platforms as JG Wellness Design. But again, those are also linked from my website.
That's fantastic. Well, I'll be sure to follow you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you, Jamie. This has been so informative. I personally have learned a lot, and I hope everyone that's joined us also has too. On behalf of the entire Look Good, Feel Better family, we are grateful for you sharing your time and insights with us.
And I'm so grateful to be included in this fantastic effort.
Thank you so much. I also want to thank everyone who's joined us live today or maybe watching this on replay. We hope that it's been time well spent. And don't forget that each time that you donate $20 to Look Good, Feel Better, your name will be entered into a drawing for a signed copy of Jamie's award-winning book, Wellness by Design, a room-by-room guide to optimizing your home for health, fitness, and happiness. So just click the donate button below or text Feel Good to 44321. And don't forget to include your email, as the winners will be notified at the end of the month. We will have 2 lucky winners, so be sure to register or be sure to donate. Finally, a shout out to our lineup of Look Good, Feel Better month sponsors, including Beauty by Rudy, Carmody Beauty, Clinique, Cook for Your Life, Supermodel Emmy, Halo 42, Jamie Gold, Aveeno Restorative Skin Therapy, and Philip Kingsley. Thank you again for joining us. We hope to see you at another Feel Better session soon this month. There's something for everyone. Have a great afternoon.